Hey, what's up? It's another Watch Your Strappin video. These aren't watch reviews, so just a quick wristwatch check with strap option of choice, just to show the pairing. Consider these also like a supplementary or extended review, user experience of a particular watch, because I usually do throw in some extra bit of thoughts and whatnot about a watch while I got these videos going. Anyways, this is the TAG Heuer Carrera Montreal. This is a 160-year anniversary edition. I think there is one other one that's like basically all silver dial, but this is the one that definitely I gravitated towards. Just love the colors, the the primary colors that are very complementary, blue, yellow, red, and against that nice white dial. Really good, clean design, and really love this watch. And as you haven't guessed by now, if you've been following me, uh, I'm definitely having fun with this watch and enjoying especially strap options. And the last video, pretty sure it was the last video on this watch, I showed one of two bespoke, custom-made watch straps that I had done from Handdn. That's Handdn. And this one I didn't really plan on at first, but then after I did the white one, I kind of messed around with the blue one because I was just thinking of the colors again. I was like, well, how would I know, I was thinking I don't really have a blue rally strap, and I was thinking of getting one, but why don't I make a bespoke one with some colors that should definitely match up really well to this. And so I've just decided, let's go with blue, and I played around the stitching, and I showed this on my unboxing, I guess, and review of these straps, so you can check that out to see like the mock-ups that that were kind of modified by me, at least, to make these keepers, because I wanted to have white and yellow as two separate keeper colors, and you have to basically tell them, and I try to illustrate it by doing some Photoshop work after the renders of the overall strap design that I wanted. It's just these two parts I needed to change. I think what color would it have been? I think the strap color, which would have been blue. I think that's by default. It just matches the main strap color. But yeah, this is what I ended up with, and I like it. And so yeah, this is basically blue Saffiano leather with yellow contrast stitching, kind of this old school style with that's double stitch on the top here like this. By the lugs. Again, it's perforated. I have it slightly padded, dome padded. You can choose your padding on the strap. It can be full, it can be more square. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I got it on a deploying clasp because I thought, hey, that seems generally like a classy look and kind of way of securing a watch. And also it keeps the strap from getting like sort of pulled or bent or distorted from a regular buckle and tang system, right? So it should leave this strap relatively straight and smooth to go straight through the keepers like that, without creating any kind of undulations, which doesn't bother me that much. I know some straps, it's just the way it is, and I accept it. But since I'm having this made, I said, well, this should be kind of a cool, cleaner look. I haven't had any issues with the butterfly clasp. Like sometimes it can kind of dig into your wrist if it's not made a certain way, or if it's kind of weird. But I find that if it's fine, and this seems to sit just about perfect on my bottom of my wrist. Looks like it's basically about centered to the buckle, the clasp hardware right here. And yeah, that's good. I got the measurements on that part of it, at least choosing the right strap length. This is their standard, I think, normal. You can get it shorter, you can get longer, and you can have them totally customized, the length of the long and the shorter end either side to whatever needs you need. But this is one of those one of three, I guess, options that you could pick, and I picked the standard one, which seems to fit within a normal wrist size, roughly 7 inches, which is what my wrist is. I had the sides white painted, just to give that nice accent against that. I think it really works. It's kind of like, it's a slightly it just works. And yeah, I was really going for I like to try to get all the colors in, but I figure, because after playing around with it, I was like, where can I throw in the red where it makes sense other than a keeper? And I guess I could have done that, but I was thinking that might just feel just out there, just to have one keeper that's off different color, whereas you don't see that, color anywhere else. I was thinking, oh, should I do a red stitching? But no, I really like the way the dial is, especially the sub dials. It's blue with a yellow accent. And so that's why I just kept that. And then white is the next most obvious color to use because there's a lot of white on the dial. In the end, I ended up, you can't see it from this angle, but I'll try to throw in another video at the end of this to just kind of show you how it looks like off the wrist, which is something I haven't done before in these videos, but I want to try to do that so you can get an even better look at the strap itself if required. And I think in the way this was made, and especially since it was custom, it kind of would be nice. So as you can see, well, I'll pull the thing out a little bit. Well, the inside lining is basically red. It's almost a warm red when I look at it, but anyways, nonetheless, it's a red. I figure, well, at least you can kind of see it from this angle a bit underneath. Yeah, I didn't need it to show up really, but I figure, yeah, why not? I'll just throw in a red somewhere, and why not in the lining? It looks kind of sporty, and you'll see what I mean when I take it off the wrist. And so there we go. This is on my 7-inch wrist. I believe this Carrera is 39 millimeters. It's great. Wears pretty thin and flat. It does have a high dome, but again, you really don't see that too much. Crystals almost don't count in terms of visual weight thickness. And yeah, I think it works really nicely. Quite pleased with the way this came out. Yes, these keepers are of different material. This one is yellow Saffiano, much like the main strap, but and I kind of had to go with this because this is the only kind of bright yellow that I could get. It didn't come in this leather, which was Epsom, and conversely, yeah, the Epsom can only come this bright white that I really wanted. It had to be a nice bright white. It can't be off-white, sand, tan, any of that stuff, or light gray or something. It has to be a bright white. Only comes in Epsom. Yeah, that's the thing. You are limited in some choices of color. You'll see what I mean if you ever go to the website and try to configure your own. Not everything comes in every color, and so I had to go with this. It didn't come in Saffiano leather, but white is so bright and washed out anyways, you kind of don't notice it. There is still some texture, so it's not like a completely smooth leather on this side. Of course, it would have been better if it totally matched, but I think it's all right. It does a job, and the keepers are just far enough away from each other. I think that you don't really, it's even less obvious. And for the most part, when you look from a distance, you're just seeing the color banding, and that's the main thing that I was kind of shoot for, is just to kind of show like that white and yellow. This looks nice against that blue, and it just feels right. Or when you look at the dial and everything of this watch, just kind of works all together. And so yeah, that's what I went with, and that's what I got. And yeah, I like it. So in case I will probably end up attaching the video to the end, but in case I don't see it now, just enjoy your watches, and thanks for watching, and see you next one. Thanks. Bye. Try something different and throw in off the wrist shot in my watches strapping videos. I try to hopefully do a quick edit and put this in the middle somewhere. And anyways, so this is it off the wrist, just to show you just a little bit more detail in natural sunlight. Yeah, I think the match is pretty darn nice. The blue looks about right, so does the yellow and the stitching, and I think trying to play up on the blue, white, and yellow look of this watch on this dial and handset really works pretty nicely. And yeah, it's complementary to the watch, and I'm glad I made a second strap. I wasn't originally thinking of doing this, but I kind of played around with the idea while I was making the white strap that you might have seen in my other video that I last did with the custom strap from Handdn. And I started playing one with blues, and I was saying, it'd be kind of neat to do something converse, instead of a bright stripe, just go dark. And again, Here's the keepers. Yeah, I wish they were the same material, but overall I don't really see that when I'm looking at the overall watch and how this from a distance, you know, just the white and blue, I mean sorry, white and yellow keepers here. I think overall it still looks pretty good. And what are you gonna do, right? That's what I wanted to do, and at least get these two colors. So that was custom. Did you like I was mentioning earlier in the video, I would think by now, yeah, like my other strap that I had done, these aren't really an option on the bespoke on their app to configure the strap for you to make. But you can always go and talk to them and tell them what you want, and they can make it happen. Deploying class, it's fine, works. It's got some bit of perlage work here, right? Decoration. And you know, I wanted to throw in some red because there is that red color. I guess it would be the fourth color on this watch. Well, I guess if you count black, but I don't really count black right now. But anyways, as terms of accent colors, yeah, the red is kind of secondary, or not even secondary. It's fourth place. It would be blue, or white, blue, yellow, and then red. Though the minute track or the seconds track on the outside does take up 3/4 of it. But so like off to the side, you really barely notice it unless you're really looking at the watch closely and at an angle. But I still wanted to incorporate the red. So I'm gonna drop off my hand. So incorporate the red somehow, and I did it on the inside. Okay, well, let's do it as a red lining. This is rather a warm red. It's kind of almost a slight orangey tint to it. I would say it's a warm red, but nonetheless, for the most part, it reads. And then sometimes this second hand can kind of look a bit warm too. But anyways, I think it still works. And at least I threw it in the color somewhere at some angles, maybe at the end of the strap here when it's through these keepers, as you might have seen in the photos. You can just get a glimpse of it, but that's all right. It's still there, but it's just the main thing I wanted to emphasize was the blue yellow theme with a white accent on the sides like that, and of course the keeper, and that's it. And if I haven't said it already, I guess enjoy your watches. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Later.